All right, what is up, everyone? We are back, and you've made it to course number 24 of playing the #1 course in all 50 states. We are in North Dakota. Let's get into it. I'm gonna be honest, few things here before we get started. I got a new tripod. My other one broke in Montana. It literally just like crumbled, fell apart into so many different pieces. I got a new one at Walmart, same brand, so I thought it was the same tripod, substantially shorter, which is really annoying. There's a bug right here. Second thing, I got some new discs in the bag we're gonna try out today. I don't know, this course isn't very long. It's only like 6,000 feet, I think at most. Not super long, but yeah, a couple of things there. We are at Lincoln Drive Park in Grand Forks, North Dakota. We are insanely close to the Minnesota border. There's a river that runs through this park somewhere. I forget what it's called, I looked at it. But it basically, like, North Dakota's on this side, you throw a disc over, it lands in Minnesota. So it's like, that's how close, like literally the border of the states is that river. So kind of cool. Again, like we got 18 holes, course number 24. We got one more, Minnesota will be 25, and that is the halfway point, which is absolutely insane. If you've watched a majority of these, or even if this is just your first one, you happen to maybe live in North Dakota and you've played this course before, I wanna thank you for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, I encourage you to subscribe. If you are subscribed, I wanna thank you, just because without you guys, I wouldn't have this opportunity to come travel like this. So I'm super grateful and appreciative to you guys for the support from the channel. We've grown insanely, more than I thought we were going to this fast. So I really appreciate you guys. As normal, we're gonna do 2 off the top, 1 from their normal stroke play. All right, hole 1, 287 feet. I'm actually not gonna throw this one, it's too slow. Par 3, straight shot here. We're gonna go detour, probably backhand, just try to hyzer flip, like push straight, like right at it, and then probably go like fairway, kind of forehand, just because I think that's gonna be like my higher percentage shot. Oh, if that would have turned off, that would have been really good. All right, as much as I do want to throw the forehand, I'm going to throw the pyro. I'm just going to throw the pyro forehand, but I'm just going to throw it back in and just throw it like hyzer back into the basket. Or throw it right at. All right, a couple early releases of rip here. It's pretty standard, I feel like, but we're going to see if we can start off with a little birdie, nice little stepper. It's gonna be short. I do not hate that. I don't hate that at all. Okay, nothing wrong with a par off 1. Hole 2, 338, straight shot. Well, seemingly straight off the tee pad, but you probably either go hyzer forehand, hyzer backhand. I think I'm gonna go hyzer backhand. Something like a mid stability, you know what I mean? Fairway for sure. See if we can't get a birdie here. All right, I think I'm gonna go Prez Athena here. I've been throwing this really well. I threw it on a 330 hole in Montana and literally like parked the basket underneath the, the cage. So ideally this would do the same thing, hit it hard on hyzer. I'm basically just trying to miss the right of this main tree in the middle. Or go really wide. It's actually gonna work. Okay, I think we're in circle, but I pulled that so bad. All right, I think I'm just in circle 2. Very makeable putt. Had I hit my line, I'd be probably up past this stump, but. Yep. Oh, don't you just love it when a putt feels good out of the hands? That rarely happens for me. All right, that always feels good. Let me put that into U-disc real quick. A little 2. Putt's been feeling good recently. Not too bad. Hole 3, 402. 402. It says 356 on the sign. Definitely probably closer to 356, but regardless, I'm still gonna throw this. Just a big kind of like flat, backhand that's gonna hyzer out eventually. Grace. New disc in the bag. I've heard these are not as stable kind of as the numbers imply. So I'm hoping I get a little flip up, maybe some turn just to get more distance and then fade back at the end. Have mercy. Oh! It's either short or I hit the basket. That was probably one of the smoothest throws. That disc, dude, just Trilogy, well, probably Latitude specifically, drivers are so good, and that plastic just feels so nice in the hand. All right, I actually went a touch deep here with the Grace. However, I'm gonna pretend it was the 400, like that was accurate, but realistically it was probably like the 350. So I probably threw that about 365. First throw though, I'll take that. All right, 2 for 3, which feels good, but feels bad because hole 1 is probably the easiest hole I've played so far. Just shortest, straightest. Hole 4, 275. It's just gonna be a forehand for me around this side of the tree, crashing in. So not this first tree, but the second tree. It's sitting like behind that, probably 20 or 30 feet, I'm guessing. Skipping the basket. Oh. I think I just have bad am-is, to be honest. Okay, I honestly don't think I was too far off. Like, it must have just skipped like right in front of the basket, probably a couple feet short. All right, 3 for 4 start here. Not too bad at all. There are a couple par 4s, so if I can get an eagle, a sneaky eagle on one, I don't know if they are eagleable or not. Could get a little 18 down round here. You know what? Hole 5, 354, basically gonna be the same shot shape as hole 3, although the forehand gap is wide open, so I might honestly just do that and then let the disc crash in. All right, this is actually perfect time for new disc number 2, Halo Destroyer. I've noticed Halo Destroyers aren't as stable as they used to be. So we're gonna see if this guy's stable, because that's what I want. Inside. Still good push. Not ideal. All right, it's good to know that that disc actually is stable. I know like the 2021 runs of like Calvin Destroyers, like when they first did Halo, they were like crazy stable, which is what everyone loved because it was, you know, new kinda. But now like the newer runs haven't been. They've just basically just been like a stable-ish version of a Destroyer. They're not like crazy overstable. So the fact that this one has some integrity, I put it on hyzer. If I could have got it wider, we would have been just fine. But clip some trees outside a circle. Love to make this one after I just talked about being 18 down. Can't decide if I want to jump or not. Get there. Never jumping again. All right, 4 for 5. Before we keep going, it's crazy how peaceful it is here. Granted, it's earlier in the morning, like it's maybe like 9:30, you know what I mean? 9:35. Not a lot of people out here, but it's just so quiet. Like all you hear is the birds and whatever, you know what I mean? So like the vibes of this place, it's green, nice tall trees. Like the scenery too is just adding to it. This course so far, based on literally the first 5 holes, if I lived in around this area, I would make a drive to this course, especially because it's at a public park. This is completely free. So it's like, and it's a really just like the layout so far has been good. It's not super hard, you know, it's not really challenging, but it is fun and you do have to throw like good shots to score. Almost forgot to do the hole breakdown. Hole, what are we on? 6, 400 feet. It's in that clump of trees that I showed you before. Big shot. I think I might go backhand just because there's so much to hit on the forehand line. Even though I think I can consistently get my forehand a little further, but we'll see what happens. All right, we're gonna go this beat up Destroyer. Just hit it really hard. Maybe get some turn. Hopefully I'm gonna throw it flat. Or on Anheuser. It is going really far though. Threw it really far. Probably about 380. We're basically just off hole 7's tee pad. Long ways to go here. Definitely big jump putt. Gotta stay hot here. I didn't get it there. Under the basket though. All right, hole 7, they have it 273. Basically just gonna be a hyzer play off to the right, that big tree, like through the gap. You basically just wanna fade right in front of that. Fade. Okay, I think it's about pin high. Stopped in front of the tree, which is good. All right, went a little long. Probably could have gone pyro. Didn't really have to throw it this. I guess I probably could have thrown the hex still, but just not thrown it as hard. But we're in circle. Putt to make here. Would be a nice one. I will say there's no wind to speak of right now. Like it is the calmest I've ever played probably. go. I thought that was too high. I love this orange stripe because like normally when they're like aim for a single chain, I just can't do that. You know what I mean? So like having this whole thing, because sometimes there's like a little sticker on it, that's good, but having like this whole orange thing to kind of aim for, I feel like I putt better. All right, 5 for 7. This one's gonna be tough. 426, par 3. The basket is this way, but really your only line is big hyzer backhand. So I need something ideally that might flip up a little bit, but just has a ton of glide. That's just gonna push and fall, because like you could probably get lucky and go straight at it, but you could also get knocked down super short. All right, I don't know if this is super warranted. We're gonna go Grace on hyzer. Really try to see basically max distance with this thing. Get glidey. Ah! Maybe putting actually. All right, interesting spot. I'm literally like straddled this tree. So we'll see. I don't know. You can see me now. I don't think you can see me when I'm putting. Literally, I was standing. I don't know if you can see. I was basically like standing super weird. All right, what are we on? 9? 232 feet. This one's kind of tough. You're playing up and into kind of the woods. Low ceiling, kind of. You can kind of, I guess, maybe just throw a spike hyzer and hope to crash in, but this tree's kind of in the way for like a low ceiling. So I'm gonna go pyro and just try to throw it flat. Let this stability do its thing, and hopefully, I don't know how skippy the grass is, but hopefully just get something that kind of flares up in there. Okay, sit. Oh, we got in there. Oh, got hit down though. I think we're putting, we got hit, but I think we're fine. All right, we did make it in. I hit the stairs right here to kind of keep me, or like maybe one of these blocks, keep me centered, but I would have got up in there, I think. I did not take as much time as I should have to putt that one. All right, 6 down on the front 9 is huge. I'm hoping more of the same on the back, honestly. I think my record is 11 at Kayak Point. Granted, there was a ton of short par 4s on that one, but still, 11 down is, I think, my record for these 50 states. At this rate, we got 12, you know what I mean? Hole 10, 283. Straight shot here. Plays a little bit downhill, so it's gonna play probably a touch shorter, maybe like 260, 270, I'm guessing. Headwind doesn't really help anything, you know what I mean? Just makes you think a little bit more, but yeah, let's stay hot here. I think I'm gonna go Proto F3. I basically want the same flight as I got on the Hex, like maybe hole 5 or 6 or 7, I don't remember. But because of the headwind, I'm hoping the higher speed disc will hold a little straighter. Nope. All right, not a great shot. Still just burned over. Straight headwind. We're gonna putt with Ricky's Proto putter. Just to, I don't want my like link to just get blown away or something like that. Actually, my link might have held straight there. Oh well. All right, that doesn't feel like a great par, but a par nonetheless. Hole 11, 380 feet. Just another hyzer shot. Let me check the wind real quick, see what we got going on here. Kind of head left to right, which is not super favorable. So I'll probably go like stable distance driver on hyzer and just kind of hope it pushes and just, I don't know, I'll probably get knocked down, but. Get off that tree, please. Thank you. Yeah, we're tucked right there. Right side of the tree would have been under the basket, but we're probably 6 feet. All I'm saying is this, if they had a tee pad here, this would be such a sick hole. Just tunnel all the way down. I think I misspoke and said that this hole was like 380 or something like that. It's actually only 360. So if it was 380, I would have been well short. All right, 7 for 11. This is big for the program. Whoa. Hole 12, 230, playing up the hill. Little headwind, so we'll see if the zone kind of flips up or not. But There's OB, I guess, way long, but I don't think I should reach that. Did flip up, get over. Jeez. I mean, I thought we were based. Little meat on the bone? Not really, okay, it's like 8 feet, but headwind just feels scary. All right, hole 13, 239 feet. Basically this big tree that's right off the tee, there's a tree just to the right of it. It's sitting right behind that. You could go forehand, not really actually, it's pretty much just backhand. We're gonna go zone here, hit it pretty hard on hyzer because the wind's kind of blowing left to right. That's gotta get up. Oh, good skip. It's either really close or I'm short. I didn't throw that super well. Let's go. Everything's in range today. All right, hole 14, 517 par 4. Straight, you're just throwing big shot off the tee, upshot into the basket, hopefully getting a birdie. Not much to say about this one. Honestly, course design, I don't know. I don't hate it, to be honest with you. I'm having fun. I'm shooting well, so that obviously helps. But it's not a hard course by any means. But I think like to a newer person, it would be pretty challenging. But with that being said, I don't even know where I was going with that, to be honest with you. I'm throwing a big shot. All right, we're gonna try something. It's still that same headwind. I'm gonna go racer, like pretty flat, because I think like I can get turn out of it, but it's still like new, stable enough that like it could get out. Or it'll just go dead straight. Go down. Oof. We were cutting the OB very close. All right, not a super good shot, to be honest with you. I don't know if it was just, I guess it just didn't turn as much as I thought it would. That's kind of the only thing. Got a little approach here. I'm gonna go zone into the basket because the wind's still kind of like, now it's just pushing like left to right. So I'm just gonna go flat to hyzer and just let the wind kind of carry it. Get off that tree. That's brutal. Tailwind just kind of punched it down. Okay, so we're par, that's fine. All right, we're staying clean, which is really all I care about. Probably should have been a birdie. You know, if I don't hit those trees, I'm way closer. Whatever. Hole 15, 227. Looks like you can either go straight through or you have backhand, forehand, hyzer. The backhand hyzer, you pretty much just have to throw it straight up the tee pad with something stable. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think we're just gonna go zone again. Get it high, just let the stability of the disc do its thing. It's really wide. We're close though. Oh, the wind's blowing. All right, a little long. In circle, however, the wind certainly coming alive on this back nine here. Pretty much straight, it's like head left to right, so we'll see what happens on this putt. Yes. All right, we have 16, 17, 18. Before we move on though, basically with that putt right there, that felt really good to make in that headwind, but I've just decided that I'm not going to change my putt for wind anymore. Because a lot of times when it's headwind, I aim low and I think I just putt nose down, and then instead of the wind lifting, it just pushes it down. Same thing kind of tailwind, I always aim higher and then it just kind of pushes it over the basket. So I'm just putting for the middle of the basket regardless of wind. I don't care what the wind does anymore because right now it's worked out. So there's that. Hole 16. 315 feet, it's behind all of this stuff. For wow, you really can't go backhand. You could if that's like all you just absolutely have. It's gonna be forehand, just get something to skip. It's pretty much straight off the tee pad. You just have to get around this grouping of trees right in the middle. Oh, skip, please. All right, things we're learning. This grass doesn't skip. If you hit, it's stuck right there. A little up here, just gotta get par. Sit down, please. Yeah, a little high, but that's fine. All right, two left here, 17 and 18. Hole 17, 560 par 4. Looks like you just gotta throw something, ideally get past all the trees, or at least have an open shot through the trees. Then it's up and past. Plays kind of up and to the left. Good hole here. All right, we have like straight tailwind. I'm gonna go forehand out on this side. It's a little more open. Just racer, flip up flat. See if we can't crush this thing. Big skip. Oh yeah. All right, I think we're literally at like the last tree there. Okay, I thought I was playing to the right basket that's over here. It is in fact not. So, we're playing to this one right here. This tree's kind of inconvenient, but we're just gonna go forehand around this tree. Hopefully take a three. I forget it's par four, so four's fine. Skip. The wind just kind of, it was like on hyzer, but it just held straight the whole time. All right, nice putt here. Check the wind. I checked the wind, but I guess I just said it doesn't matter. So we're just gonna put this like I normally do. See if we can't make it. Oh, had the line. Okay, we have made it to hole 18, 380-foot par three. Gettable, tough. We need a birdie here to tie my record of the 50 states at 11 under par. Gonna be tough. The wind's not super favorable. It's kind of like head right to left. Actually, it's almost just straight right to left. So I honestly might go like stable forehand, kind of flat or a little bit of anhyzer, just get that extra push. See what happens. Haven't thrown this guy at all today, so see if my workhorse can get it done for me. Yep. Oh, sit. Man, that got there in a hurry too. All right, we were like exactly pin high. No pressure here really on the putt. One, because like really my score doesn't matter anyways, but two, this is just a tie. You know what I mean? If this was, I was at 11 and this was for 12, I might feel a little pressure just because like the personal success. But no real pressure here. Would love to make it, that being said, but if I miss, whatever. What? I mean, that was dead center. It was a little high. That was really weird. See, now it's funny because I'm not necessarily mad about the miss. I'm mad how it missed. You know what I mean? That it was high, but I don't know. I'll have to go watch that again. That was ridiculous, but that is it. We're gonna go back to the van here for the ratings and move on. All right, so that is it for Lincoln Drive Park here in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Super fun course, very pretty course, not super difficult, but that was almost like refreshing. You know what I mean? Like you still had to throw good shots, but you didn't have to play like your best golf, throw your longest shots or anything like that consistently. You know what I mean? There's a few holes like that, obviously, but for the most part, this was just like a super, super solid park course, like city park course. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the ratings. All right, first things first every time is the course name, Lincoln Drive Park. Not super thrilled with it, you know. I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't know what the name means. It's not like anything super cool. It's just, I don't know, pretty boring in my opinion. It's subjective, but it's pretty boring. So I think I'm gonna give that a 7.9. Might be low, but I mean, there's nothing like, you know, the name itself that I'm just gonna like remember, you know, the course. I don't know, you know what I mean? It's tough. No, I didn't like the name. That's all I'm gonna say. I didn't like the name. Up next is the accessibility. Public park, free to play, huge. I think it does close like a sunrise to sunset. That's pretty standard for like the parks, which gets the flat rate of 9.0 there. Up next is the quality of the course. This was actually a really good condition. Granted, city parks usually are because they have, you know, the city are the ones maintaining it, so they usually keep it nice pretty regular. Like when you get on some private land, people just tend, or like they may not, you know, because it's on their own time, it's their own money, so they're doing it. But with the city's money, I guess it's probably taxes that are taking care of this park. But super nice, cut grass. The course was like very clean. None of the holes where I was kind of like, this is a bad hole. You know what I mean? It was all like, oh yeah, this is the shot I need to throw. Very fun. I liked, honestly, that it wasn't super difficult. a shorter course for sure, but just like, this is just for reference, and this is kind of ranting on last week's, when I played Montana. I started the card at 9:01. I'm sitting here now at 10:55. So it took basically, I mean, it took probably about an hour and 45 to play that course, I'm guessing. It took me 2 hours and 15 minutes to play the front 9 alone in Montana. So I would still have like another probably hour or so in Montana to play the course, and I'm already done. I could be moving on, you know what I mean? So the course plays quick with some longer holes. So granted, I did play well, so that helps. I finished 10 down, that's pretty good out here, I think. Yeah, I had a good time playing this course. Super fun, well maintained. This actually kind of goes, I'm just going to go straight into it. So we got 8.4 for quality of the course and my enjoyment all together. I think that whole last explanation kind of puts that all together. All right, I feel like I just rambled like that whole time, so if none of that made any sense, I apologize. I thought what I was saying makes sense, but maybe it didn't. Averaging the scores, let's just move on. The average of scores is 8.425, which is pretty high. I'm gonna put them all up on the screen for you, but I wanna say that might be like top 3, top 4, probably definitely top 5. But honestly, I think it holds true. Like, I'm not like shocked with that like judgment there. This was like a super fun course. Beautiful weather today. It got windy towards the end, but it really wasn't like enough to like make you think about much. But yeah, this is it for North Dakota. We are almost halfway done. Next week, we will be in Minnesota playing Blue Ribbon Pines. I'm so excited to play that course. I've watched people play that course many times, so I'm super excited to get out there and play it myself, but that is it. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Again, for watching this video, like, I want to thank you so much. If you watch all of them, thank you. But like, if you just happen to be tuning into the first one, I encourage you to subscribe and watch more. But without your guys' support, like as a whole, I would not be able to be out on the road doing this, and this is what I love doing. So I want to thank you guys so much, truly, and yeah, I'm just having a blast out here. So that is all I've got for you today. Ozark Mountain Disc to the moon.